Good morning, class 7th. Here is the last part of lesson 2, kingdom classification. The fourth kingdom, Plantae. Then we have the last kingdom, Animalia, which we will study in chapter 3. Now, in the kingdom classification, you studied the four kingdoms over here, starting from Monera, Protista, fungi, and now Plantae. Now Plantae are multicellular green organisms. They have cells, tissues, organ systems in them, root system, shoot system. Then they are green, means they have chlorophyll pigment in their body, root stems and leaves, and they carry out the process of photosynthesis, and hence they are autotrophs. That means they can make their own food using photosynthesis, the process. Then their cells have a cell wall of cellulose besides cell membrane. All the cells in the plants have a cell wall of cellulose, the carbohydrate, which gives them rigidity and shape in order to form different forms like trees, herbs, shrubs. They are hard enough. Another thing about them is they grow throughout life. Their own life, they will keep on growing some part or the other. You may have seen a tree 100 or 1000 years old, but it is still producing new leaves, flowers, fruits, branches all the time. Their sizes may be different. They may be large sized like trees, which may be 100 meters tall. They may be small sized like herbs, which are few centimeters in size, 10 to 15. Then they may be also microscopic. Some algae and are unicellular like Chlamydomonas. Then they are classified based on Plantae are classified based on whether they have flowers or fruits. So if they have flowers or fruits, they are called as flowering plants or phanerogams, and if they don't have flowers or fruits, they are called as non-flowering or cryptogams. Then they may be further classified based on whether they have proper stems, roots or leaf, or if they don't have proper stems or leaves. Like among non-flowering plants, there are 3 subgroups: Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Thallophyta doesn't have proper stems, roots or leaf. Bryophyta, somewhat leaves have arisen, but proper stems and roots are still missing. In Pteridophyta, there may be stems and leaves, but roots are still not proper roots as in the flowering plants. Flowering plants are of 2 kinds, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Gymnosperms means naked seeded plants. These plants do not have proper flowers, true flowers. In place of flowers, they bear cones, wooden structures in which seeds are produced, and later on the seeds fall off from the plant and produces new plants. Angiosperms are the flowering plants, the proper true flowering plants, the biggest group among plants, which has got thousands of species in it, are further divided into monocotyledons and dicotyledons based on the types of seeds. If the seeds have 2 cotyledons, Like the bean seed, they are dicotyledons. If their seed has just one cotyledon, cotyledon is the reserve food matter in seeds, which helps the seedling to germinate properly, which helps the seeds to germinate properly into seedlings. So monocotyledons are maize, wheat, rice. Dicotyledons are bean and other examples. We will study about each of these Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperms and Angiosperms in a short video next. Thallophyta, the first group of non-flowering plants, the cryptogams, is a simple group which does not bear stems, roots or leaves, and there is no vascular tissue. Only the plant body is like a bag called thallus, hence the name thallophytes. It includes algae which live in aquatic medium, in stagnant water of ponds, or even in oceans and seas. Their sizes vary from unicellular Chlamydomonas to filamentous Pyrogyra, colonial volvox, and huge seaweeds found in oceans. They are all autotrophs. They contain chlorophyll, make their food by photosynthesis. Most of them are green, but those found in seas and oceans are brown or red in color. Bryophyta, the second group of non-flowering plants, includes mosses and liverworts. They grow as green velvety layer on shady, moist places. Since they love moisture a lot, they are called as amphibian plants. They don't have proper roots, but they have rhizoids which help them to cling to moist, damp places to absorb water and minerals. They don't have stems and leaves and don't have vascular tissue. Pteridophyta includes ferns and horsetails. It's the third group of non-flowering plants. It has roots, stems and leaves, vascular tissues also, xylem and phloem, but it doesn't bear flowers or seeds. Its stem is underground called rhizome, and in place of seeds it has spores which are produced by special structures called sori found on the undersurface of the leaves. They also love to grow in dark, shady, moist areas, but they are short plants bigger than bryophytes. Now the flowering plants are called phanerogams. They have proper stems, leaves, roots, vascular tissue and flowers. They have two groups, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Gymnosperms means naked seeded plants. They do not bear true flowers but bear cones. There may be male cones producing pollens and female cones bearing ovules. After fertilization, ovules turn into seeds. Their leaves are needle-like. They are evergreens, tall trees mostly, found in cold mountain areas. Hence, the leaves are needle-like to prevent damage by strong winds and snowfall. Examples are pine, fir, cycas, cedar. And the angiosperms, the true flowering plants, the seeds are enclosed inside fruit. Hence they are called as angiosperms, that is covered seeded plants. The fruits develop from the ovary of the flower. while the seeds develop from the ovules. The seeds enclose the embryo, which will grow into a new plant, and this embryo will get energy to grow into a new plant from the cotyledons, the reserve food matter in the seeds. Hence, the angiosperms are divided into as monocotyledons and dicotyledons depending upon the number of cotyledons. If they have one cotyledon in their seeds, they are monocotyledons like grass, maize, rice. While if they have two cotyledons in their seed, they are called as dicotyledons like mango, bean, pea, and so on. So that's about kingdom Plantae. That's the last portion of this chapter. That's all for today. Enjoy the lecture and do the exercises in your notebook. That's all.